I didn't know about the project at the time. I saw the need, and I realized it's going to be a problem if we do not somehow get education material or some sort of stimulation to the children being in lockdown for so long out of schools. Yes, and that's when I got involved with Namibia Media Holdings in this project. Just in any way I can help, not knowing much of the project, just basically having my background as a kinderkineticist, and basically got thrown into the deep end, assisting the teachers with content development and the designers being the middleman for getting the whole book together. And I loved it immediately, and I knew this is the right thing to do, and I was at the right place getting that content out. And that inspired me as well to see the need of education in Namibia for children and to get sustainable educational materials, developmental materials to children. And that COVID actually opened those doors for me to get involved in that and develop more in my passion and dream about child development and developing education in general in Namibia. And that's when I decided I'm going to move back to Windhoek to assist with this project more permanently for the years to come. I think some of the challenges we face in education, specifically in Namibian context now, is accessibility to educational materials. We think, that's what I thought before I got involved in this project, is that all schools, all children in Namibia have access to these types of materials, educational materials, because of the technological world we live in today. But then I realized that's not the case. Children do not have a book and a paper to work on to get the education they need and they deserve. And I think with this project, it opened a lot of people's eyes about the need to get quality, standardized educational materials to children all across Namibia, no matter if they're in a public school, a private school, or just a school on a farm. They deserve to be educated, they deserve to have quality materials. And another barrier I think we are facing in Namibia is not all our teachers, specifically for our early childhood development centers or kindergartens, are necessarily qualified teachers. It's parents, mothers, grandmothers, aunts that's looking after a group of children, trying to educate them. And by giving them these educational materials, we are equipping them, we are empowering them, knowing that this is standardized according to the Namibian curriculum. It's quality material that the children can learn from. So we're handing these books to those teachers who are trying their best, and now they can actually educate those children with quality materials. It's difficult because we are running on a very tight deadline, and we want to ensure that these books get out to the children in real time. In other words, when they are in school, we don't want the books to arrive at them late when they already were supposed to handle that part of the curriculum. We want that material to be with them as they do that part of the curriculum, which is quite challenging because now we have to design content, go through the design process, through the quality assurance process, through the delivering process. All of that takes time, and to get to the children in all corners of Namibia is quite challenging to keep up with the deadlines. And another challenge is just to keep all stakeholders in this project, to ensure that we meet the needs of all stakeholders. So in terms of making sure that the content meets the teacher's vision, making sure that that content is also according to the Namibian curriculum, making sure that one activity is not only applicable to a child in a private school, but is also just as applicable to a child that might have school under a tree, that child will relate to that activity. We are very focused on making sure those activities are inclusive for any child. Any Namibian child should be able to relate to this activity, should be on their level, which is challenging because we have such big diversity in this country, which is a positive thing. We are just trying to meet their needs as best as we can. We are also translating these books into, I think at the moment it's 8 different languages, which is also a challenge, again, to make sure that activity is not only applicable to an English child, but to a child that speaks Silozi or Xikwanyama or Oshindonga. We don't want to just give that a child an activity that's not applicable for their language. So we are really working hard to make it as relatable and as accurate for that language as possible. There's a lot of high points. We receive a lot of great feedback from the regions and the schools, calls from parents asking for more books, calls from teachers saying thank you, pictures being sent of the children holding the books. I think that makes it all worth it because it's hard work our whole team puts in. It's late hours to ensure we meet the deadlines. It's late hours of printing, of packing those books, of distributing those books. So every single person involved in this process is working hard, very hard, and we are very thankful for them. And it's difficult, it's an emotional thing as well for anyone, it's exhausting. But when you see that picture of a child holding a book for the first time, they have something that they can learn from, is very rewarding, and then you realize I am making a difference. And it's not just a school project, it's making a difference for the future of this country. I'm a firm believer, this is what I've been studying my whole life also, is that education is the foundation of anything, especially the early years. If we don't intervene there, a child will have problems going forward in their education. So if they lack in their foundation, the chances are that they're going to face other difficulties as they grow older. So to intervene now at this early stages, starting from age 5, I truly believe we are impacting Namibian education going forward for the rest of those children's lives. And I truly hope that we can actually see the ripple effect of this in the future.